Let's see. Let's see if I'm wrong. And we are, in fact, not good to go, but I believe we are. Have the coaching staff fixed, have the scouting fixed, have all of our team goals for the season set up. I think we are good to go. Season 3 in Calgary. And I'm intrigued to see how we are able to do here and if we are able to balance player morale and all of that stuff because, you know, we have some guys like Nazem Kadri should be a first-line center. He's on the second line. Huberdeau should be a first-line forward. He's on the third line. Sharon Govich is a line further down than he should be. Same for Backlund, Stromgren, and Blake Coleman. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see if we can get this to work because otherwise I am going to continue to regret the Marner and Besser signings, even though it was fun because Huberdeau and Sharon Govich especially are not going to be happy with me. Defensively, oof. What are we going to do defensively? Because we do need to run this top 4. I guess we'll go Parekh and Anderson, Uyghur and Brustowitz, and hope everybody stays happy. I like that our top 4 defensemen are all right-handed, and by I like that, I mean it's actually probably not good. Webster, I'd have to double-check. I would have to double-check. You have a medium 9 potential, get to an 82. Medium 9s were always half-decent at developing, especially with morale on. It's like a low. It's low. Medium 9's been a better potential than low 6 for a couple of years now, really. So, let's see. The one thing I forgot to do. See, remember when I said I thought we were ready to go and we're not? The one thing that I forgot to do was set up our special teams, and this is where it's going to be interesting in terms of, like I said, trying to keep people happy because we have so many dudes that are not playing on their proper lines. Oh, man. How is this going to work out? Mackenzie Uyghur's not playing on his proper line. Let's see. Kadri wasn't playing on his proper line. Coronado was. This is going to be so tough to balance. So tough. Huberdeau's not playing on his proper line. Sharon Govich. We might have, we're going to have to choose between, this is why I always play, especially when morale's on, players in their proper role, because the offense or the power play in general is going to suffer. It is going to suffer. So we need... Marner also has to be on the power play or he's going to get pissed. So we need Kadri, Marner, Huberdeau. This is a right wing, not a left wing, even though we play him on the left wing. Defensively... Oh, boy. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough if this is even worth it. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. We got to try it, though. I got to try to keep people happy over outright production. Let's get Sharon Govich in there and Mackenzie Uyghur. That is going to have to be our top power play. Power play 2 is going to be a disaster with old Mikhail Backlund. Stromgren. And Blake Coleman, as I try to keep everybody happy. Which means the defense, I have 2 spots. Marner, Hagens, Besser, Parekh. It could be Parekh for the sake of trying to win the Calder. Marner's actually already there. How do you make it so the coach uses your lines by default? It is through conversations, yeah. There's not like a lock option. It's through the conversations and telling the coach, like, you're playing this guy here, deal with it. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest, so I don't use it. Celebrating Michkov for Gauthier for the Calder. Dude, I don't even know if Cutter Gauthier will finish top 3. I don't know if he will, man. There's a lot of competition. Smelly, no, probably next week. I want Zane Parekh up there because I want him to compete for the Calder. And then probably Hagens over Besser. Gotta be honest, I think we need to get James Hagens in there. Yeah, the power play is going to be a mess this year in terms of trying to keep people happy. An absolute mess. Who the hell's going to shoot the puck on the power play? Like, who the hell are Marner and Huberdeau going to pass to? Jesus. What is this power play? Distributor. I have a playmaker who will move into sniper. He's a bad playmaker, but he has 7 more goals than assists. He's in the same line as Hagens, right choice? Yeah, I'd say so. Matthews, what's going on? What's going on? You don't need to shoot. Look at the Leafs. Just make it pretty. That's fair. That's fair. We'll have Marner as the distributor, Weegar as the finisher, Marner as the puck carrier. Probably don't want Mackenzie Weegar taking the faceoffs. That's probably not a good idea. Please let me... There we go. Thank you. And then the second power play... Holy shit, what is this power play? Oh, man. Is Strome gonna righty? No. So Zane Parekh, congratulations to you. You're gonna get plenty of chances to shoot the puck, buddy. Plenty. This second power play is so scuffed. Stromgren's at least big. Get him in front of the net. This power play is so scuffed. Distributor is Hagens. The finisher is going to be Parekh. Again, this is why I should not have signed Marner and Besser. But I essentially was told, do it, you won't. So I showed you. Hopefully the penalty kill is still balanced enough that players are happy. Again, Wolf and Knight in goal. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see who the first player is to bitch about their ice time or anything like that. Because you know they'll be here. Also, the AHL is looking pretty good. Again, they lost Game 7 of the Calder Cup final last year. Our defense is just going to have to be what it is. So, everyone knows the best NHL franchises are built out of spite. Yeah, look at the Vancouver Canucks post-2011. You know? So yeah, we got forward offensive style and then a balanced head coach. What if we put Bradley in as the head coach? Drop Brewer down to the assistant. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see how the boys do this year. We have missed the playoffs by a point and then made the playoffs on tiebreaker. What's going to happen in season 3 is the big question. Apparently, the role isn't filled, Kendall, but whatever, it's fine. So I had a friend, and I'm planning to do a Pittsburgh Phillies pseudo co-op franchise. Looking at Pittsburgh prospect pool is bad. Yeah, yes, it is. That's what happens when you continually try to win year after year after year. Eventually, your luck runs out. Let's see. Nick Blankenberg is on waivers. To be honest, we'll claim him. We need another body for the AHL. I tried the Chicken Big Mac. It was okay, but it also felt... Well, that's every Big Mac. Every Big Mac falls apart almost instantly. That's just the way they're constructed. Fucking Chicken Big Mac. Ridiculous. What a society we live in. What a fucking society we live in right now. Isn't it great? Jet Woo is on waivers. Yeah, I kind of need another defenseman for the AHL still, so let's claim Jet. See if we can send him down as well. There we go. Another body for the AHL's defense. Falls apart and there's more lettuce in the container than sandwich. Basically. Basically. Continue there. That's fine. Ironically, it's England's fault it exists. Just like the fucking butterscotch McFlurry or whatever. Gustav Griva is not willing to become a sniper. Son of a bitch. Also, my brother in Christ, the amount of no move, no trades Pittsburgh has. Isn't it great? Just a bunch of old dudes with contract control. Hunter has been willing to become a two-way. Let's go. So he gets +3 discipline, offensive awareness, and poise. Let's go, Mr. Brewster. Did Rucker McGroarty force his way onto the Pens opening night roster? Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Forced his way off the Jets and onto the Penguins. Matt Vagradine does not take to his new position. It's like WCW all over again, right? Eric Carlson says, that doesn't work for me, brother. We don't need Kyle Burrows. We already took a couple of defensemen. So we should be fine there. We actually have a pretty solid record right now, but the only question will be once we check on the team specifics, will we have players that are frustrated by a lack of playing time? Tucker Robinson, how old are you at this point? 23, medium bottom. Oh, yeah, fuck it. Come on down, Tucky. Come on down. Fire Cannon, what's up? Wings lost, so my night's been bad. Well, get ready, buddy, because they're going to lose a whole lot more throughout the year. That's right. The Yzer plan is a failure. Will this age horribly? I kind of hope so for Red Wings fans. Jesus Christ. Well, then again, like, I don't know. The league is just more fun when the Red Wings are good. I don't know. It's probably just because of the era that I grew up watching. But, you know. All right. We are fourth in goals against with the fourth best power play. And the fourth best penalty kill. Unbelievable. The scuffed power play is the answer. Let's see. And so far, Nazem Kadri lost his gold. Jesus, he's already declining that much that he lost his gold? Fuck. God, he had it for less than a year. His morale is happy. What about Sharangovich? Happy. Huberdeau's neutral. Mike, you haven't missed too much. Just getting the season underway. All right, so the only guys that are kind of pissed are Blake Coleman and Jonathan Huberdeau, but they're not even, like, fully pissed off. Huberdeau has dropped from a first liner down to a second liner, so that's not too bad. Mitch Marner, 21 points in 23 games. Not bad at all. James Hagen's 21 points in 23 games with 17 assists. Brock's just, he's not him. Paulie, he was an offensive defenseman. Brock's just not the guy, man. In terms of being that top-notch sniper, he's just not him. He's a 30-goal guy. He's not a 40, 50, let alone 60-goal guy. That is just a fact. Shit. Connor Zary, 13 points, -5, not amazing. Kadri on the 18 points and a -3. 10 points for Coronado and a -4. Coronado has become a third-line scorer again. So that'll open up the ability for us to bump up Jonathan Huberdeau. And that should have him be a bit more happy. But yeah, there are certain players where this just isn't going to work out. Stromgren, not bad. 7 points, 6 goals. The guy, you know, funny enough, as a power forward, he does actually score goals. We switched him over to Grinder. He still scores goals. 15 points for Backlund this year. 17 for Blake Coleman. You know he's going to be loving that power play time. Defensively, Parekh, 10 points and a +6. That's not too bad. Anderson, 15 points and a +7. Not bad. 17 points for Mackenzie Weegar. He's happy. Oh my God. Hunter, no points in 23 games. Maybe switching him from an offensive defenseman wasn't a good idea, but he also doesn't have power play time this year. Jesus. And then Kevin Ball, 5 points and a -2. Yanni Ermo, 7 points and a +1. Okay. For the goaltenders, Dustin Wolf, a 906. Yeah, it's okay. 926 for Spencer Knight in 4 appearances. Not bad. Okay. You know, Besser does have puck on a string. And is that bounce back? I always forget it is bounce back. I always confuse bounce back and shrug it off. I just can't imagine long term, we do not have that top notch sniper. Coronado's not going to turn into it like we were hoping. It's not Sharon Govich. I mean, maybe Hanzik as a power forward. I mean, maybe Corbin Appleby. Maybe. We have drafted quite a few snipers lately, including, unfortunately, scratched is Stewart, but he is still getting better. Maybe Logan Stewart's that guy. But it's definitely not Brock Besser, but we are winning right now. And we have a pretty damn strong record, so I'm not gonna mess anything up with the roster right now. But yeah, Brock just isn't him. He's not him. He's no Macklin Celebrini. He's no Macklin. Hey, I will drop that sniper soon. We'll see. We'll see. Of course, we could have had a much better power forward, too, in the last draft, but we did not elect to trade up. Jonathan Huberdeau fractures his jaw. Shit. The second that we bump him up to the second line, he gets rocked and fractures his jaw. And now he's back after, honestly, not even missing that many games. So that got Pelletier an opportunity. 4 points in 5 games. Do grudge matches and franchise mode games have any effect on anything? So basically what it'll do is give the star player on each side from the last game a bit of a boost to make them more of an impact player for that particular game. Is how the system typically works. Which, I don't know, it's a fun thing. It's not this, revolutionary feature, but it's all right. It's all right. 25, 12-1. Welcome to 2027. The distant future, except it's not. We are second in goals for per game, 7th in goals against. We have a top 5 power play, and we are 9th in the PK. How are sim stats this year? It depends on what setting you have it on. Because, man, if you have it on high, Connor McDavid's hitting 200 points in a season. It's kind of fucking nuts. Did they fix the hitting stat? I will show you what hitting looks like at the end of the year if you remind me to. And we'll see how it lives up to what you think. But we're also on a custom roster right now. As opposed to an EA-provided roster. So you're going to get different results from that, too. Mitch Marner, 36 points in 38 games. Not bad, Mitch. Not bad. Hagens, 37 points in 38 games. Not bad at all. Besser, 23 points in 38 games, but just 14 goals. Oh, broccoli. 5 years left after this, but no clauses. I don't know, man. I don't know. Connor Zary, 20 points and a -4. You got 26 points in 38 games for Nas, now 36 years old. 31 points in 33 games for Huberdeau. We've honestly done a decent job of fixing Jonathan Huberdeau. It might actually be for the best of the team to put he, Hagens, and Marner together. Why not? Why not? We'll see if Besser and Kadri can reunite some of their chemistry from before. 27 points for Sharon Govich. Only 7 for Rory Cairns. 15 and a -11 for Coronado. I'm going to leave that as it is. William Stromgren's doing really well. That fourth line is fucking killing it, dude. Holy shit. Let's go, boys. Funny thing is, I don't even need to leave Stromgren on the power play, but I'm still going to because the team's doing really well. Defensively, Perek, 16 points and a +10. I don't think he's going to be able to compete for the Calder overall. 22 points for Rasmus Anderson. Very, very strong. 29 for Mackenzie Weegar. He's having a great year. And Hunter Brustowitz finally has some points. He has 6 and a +8. The Ball-Yermo pairing, leaving a little bit to be desired, but it's not brutal. Dustin Wolf, only a .902 save percentage on the year. Spencer Knight, still a phenomenal backup. So, pretty typical, of course, that our goaltending is going to be our weakest aspect. Let's go best lines in the AHL. Get some people a chance. Altex, what's up? Back from Terrifier 2 and 3 double feature. Ooh. I haven't seen those movies. I've seen the Dead Meat recaps of them, though. All right, gentlemen. Gentlemen. Let's see if you can keep it up. We are one of the best teams in the league right now. We'll see if top line forward Jonathan Huberdeau is a viable strategy in 2027. Especially with Brock Besser not scoring the way that he needs to. God, to be honest, I should probably make sure Besser's on the power play now. He's probably going to get mad. Can we confirm that Brock Besser's big mad? He's still fine for now. Cool. So the Crow remake didn't last long. Yeah, because who the hell asked for a remake of the Crow? Like, just leave the memories alone. The first one is so beautifully, awkwardly 90s. Like, you leave that in the past. Just let it be. No room for fucking originality or creativity in the year of our Lord 2024, is there? God damn it. Not everything needs a remake. Jesus. Jonathan Huberdeau, another injury. Not for long. Yeah, but I'll text. Nobody cares, though. That's the problem. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the storyline of like, well, technically it's a different like nobody cares though. That's the problem. Nobody asked for multiverse the Crow. You know? I don't think anybody asked for that. Oh man, dude, team's still looking great here. Top 5 in goals for per game, goals against, a bottom 5 number, top 4 power play. This team is cooking, and we've done a good job of keeping people pretty happy and content. Granted, Jan Kuznetsov's been playing third line center right now because of injury, which is pretty damn funny. But we had Multiverse Crow for 30 years, and his name was Sting. Damn right. Let's see. Pelletier has been playing on the top line due to the Huberdeau injury. He has 7 points in 9 games. Hagen's leading the team in scoring with 49 points in 52 games. Mitch Marner is now a minus player and finally took a penalty, but he's got 47 points in 52 games. The problem is Marner's been having to score more goals. It's not good for us. Zarion, 25 points, 37 for Kadri. Brock Besser, only 18 goals. Only 18 goals. He's not the guy. He's not the guy. He just isn't. Oh, God. Well, Meg, it's true. If people cared about the Crow, they would have watched the goddamn Crow. Or at least they would have clowned on it for longer. People didn't even clown on it for that long. They're too busy clowning on the not clown Joker. That was my favorite thing, by the way. Is the fucking director for Joker being like, well, we never said he's the Joker. He's Arthur Fleck. It's like, dude, your movie fucking is tanking. Like, that's how you know nobody cared about The Crow, right? Nobody went and saw it. Not literally nobody, but nobody went and saw it, and nobody even made memes about it. To be that irrelevant must suck when people, to this day, are still memeing Morbius and are still saying, put Morbius back in theaters. That movie came out like 2 fucking years ago and people are still memeing Morbius. No one's even memeing The Crow when it came out this year. That's how you know it's irrelevant. That's how you know. You had Bruce Wayne in the first movie. No! Well, just because Arthur Fleck and Bruce Wayne are in the same universe, but we never said Arthur Fleck was Joker, but people just called him Joker, but he's not the Joker. Oh, God. Cringe. Just say that your movie is bombing, all right? People will have more respect for you. It's fine. It's okay to say that you fucked up and that you suck. I fuck up all the time. And I'm a hack. I just sit here and yell about hockey shit all the time. For some reason, people still decide to watch. Probably because at least I'm honest about it. That's the point. So take it from me, millionaire Hollywood director. Here's how to be successful. All right. Pelletier, you need to be out for the Hubie Doobie Doo. This team, in a lot of ways, a Morbian dollars. There you go. This team is like fundamentally broken. It is. This team is fundamentally broken. However, I can't possibly change anything because we're in first in our division. And I'm noticing a theme amongst all the franchise modes I'm playing this year. The more realistically I build up a team, the worse they do. The more flawed my team is, the better they do. I'm noticing a theme. Shadowstalker, what's up, dude? Sharks for the cup. Let's go. Let's go. Sharks for the cup. I'm here for it. Macklin. Him. MVP Abrini. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. We're workshopping it, but the t-shirts are going to be electric. 36, 21, and 4 for the Calgary Flames. 6th in goals, 10th in goals against, 4th best power play, 5th best PK. We have fallen to 2nd behind Vegas, although we're only a point behind them with the game at hand. So we are still looking outstanding. We are still looking outstanding. All right, Butt Rock, I've had enough of you. Jonathan Huberdeau, 48 points in 52 games. He's back, baby. He's back. We got Panthers Huberdeau in the building. James Hagens, 54 points in 61 games. And Mitch Marner, 21 goals. Does Mitch Marner have more goals than Brock Besser? They have the same amount of goals. Jesus Christ. They have the same amount of goals. Oh, Broccoli Besser. Kadri, 19 goals, 27 assists, 44 pims. Connor Zary's happy to be here. He's happy to be here. High five. What's up, man? Give it the 15 months. Welcome back. Let's see. Sharon Govich still doing well point-wise. Rory Cairns, happy to be here. Coronado has been atrocious. Again, the problem is he wants to be a top-notch sniper. It's just not going to happen. He should be a two-way, but he's not willing to switch. I don't know what it is. He is just not going to be a top-notch sniper. So, I mean, shit, William Stromgren has twice as many goals as you do, buddy, and he's on the 4th line. Granted, I think he still has power play time. Dude, Backlund and Coleman have been insane this year. They're so good. Art, shut up. I know how many points he had. 23 points for Zane Parekh. Again, it's not going to be enough to win the Calder, but we're trying. Rasmus Anderson's had a good year after his contract extension. Mackenzie Weegar's been great. Hunter Brustowitz, has 8 points. Kevin Ball still looking a bit shaky. Yanni Yermo still looking a bit shaky. Trade Coronado. Well, you see, I would, but we're winning hockey games. As Dustin Wolf has now also developed all or nothing for improved poke checking. I don't dare change anything about this team. You know? Like, logic would dictate, like, yeah, maybe make this trade, make that trade. Why? We're winning. Every other time, my common sense brain's like, well, if we were to move Brock Besser for a different sniper, deal Matt Coronado for someone who fits the role a bit better, maybe try to get an improvement on Yanni Yermo. Like, every time I do that, does it ever work out? No. So unless there is like this ridiculous trade I can make at the deadline, I'm probably not going to do anything. I think we just leave it and run with it. That said, I mean, we're not exactly destroying worlds right now in terms of recent record. We just lost back-to-back games 5-1, but 2 wins in our last 10. Maybe that's the justification that I need. Maybe it is. Let's see. Season 3 trade deadline. Devin Levi, Carey Price, number 1 Galar. Could get Drew Doughty for the rest of the year. Ooh, Devin Levi actually sat out the year for Buffalo. Yikes. But Drew Doughty, last year of his contract. Jared McCann, the last year of his deal. Doughty won't come here, by the way. His clause protected. Sharkelson wouldn't be against it. And you got like Warren Fogle, Jordan Bennington, Bjorkstrand, Troy Terry, Philip Deneau, Ryan O'Reilly. I want to take a look at Jared McCann. Why not promote Hanzik? Because I don't want to. At least not yet. McCann, very similar to Besser. Very similar to Besser in terms of total goals, even though he's a sniper. They are very, very similar players at this stage. Levi wouldn't play even if you got him? Correct. Yeah, I don't think Jared's necessarily worth it. I don't think there's anybody here that's going to have me say, like, yep, let's go after them. I mean, a 36-year-old Erik Karlsson. Who has 8 points in 10 games. Jesus, they barely played him? He's either been injured or they've barely played him. That's insane. That is insane. I mean, he would technically fit the team. But again, would it make the team too good? That's always something you got to worry about. Would it make the team too good? That is always something to worry about. I don't have room in the top 4 for him. He would have to replace Yermo or Ball. Which would be kind of nuts. Probably be Yermo. Because at least Ball's a defenseman. I mean, we could have Yoni as a healthy scratch. You might get pissed about it, though. What would I even have to get Erik Karlsson with, though? Like, would it be worth it? I don't think it would. I don't think it would. Outside of, like, our first-round pick that we know isn't going to be too valuable, we're going to make the playoffs. It's going to be outside the lottery. Old Boat Tiger in the AHL. We do have that high starter goalie that we drafted, but he's not bad coverage to have for the goalies we already have. Wouldn't want to give up Long. Poirier is up to a 78. I mean, he's closing in on NHL caliber. He's a depth defenseman now. Yeah, it would probably have to be like... It'd have to be Ball or Yermo. And like our first round pick to get someone like Erik Karlsson. Ball, we're obviously now going to have to look at the fact he's going to request more money shortly. Which isn't great. He is a good third pair defenseman. I mean, defensively, though, he has struggled a bit this year. The only reason I'm considering making changes is because we have struggled over the last couple of weeks. I don't even know if Pittsburgh's still going to have Erik Karlsson on the trade block because they just traded Jake Bean and Matt Grzelcyk. But if we wanted old man Sharkelson, maybe we, well, actually, D'Ambrosio, Hicks, Yakala. The other Brewstowitz will keep just for the story. Sorry to Carter Hicks, but we got Gosselin. But if I just give you a bunch of dudes that I don't want and my first round pick, I do have to give up a roster player. Who's the least valuable? There we go. Who doesn't want Kevin Shattenkirk? If they'll take this, I'll do it. There's a decent chance that they will, actually. Decent chance that they will. I'm going to regret this trade. Because you always regret trades in this mode. Just try to get back a little bit more than I can. Yeah, none of those are going to go through. Oh, a bunch of filler. Basically a first-round pick for Erik Karlsson to try and win a Stanley Cup. Third pair defenseman, Erik Karlsson. Let's go for it. Welcome in, Sharkelson. Happy to have you here. All it does is change up the third pair, but pretty much with the rest of the team, I think it's going to stay. You know, Jared McCann, Warren Fogle, like they're not going to add that much. Well, actually, I haven't checked Warren Fogle. But Jared McCann is basically just Brock Besser. Yeah, Fogle only has 28 points, so he'd be a third line guy for us at best, which we already have a pretty packed third line. Michael Bunting, yeah, that top-notch goal scorer to potentially replace Brock Besser is not there, with the exception of old man Ovechkin. I don't want to be the one that takes Ovechkin away from Washington. I don't want to do it. Yeah, there just isn't that. There isn't that top-notch score. Shout out to Sharks legend Patrick Kane in this timeline, at least. Yeah, I think we're good. Just try to shore things up on the blue line. Doughty doesn't want to be here. He's got a clause that protects him from being traded here. All right, so what other moves went down at the deadline? Adam Nemeth, James Stefan for Alex Nylander, Kuznetsov to Ottawa, Jared Spurgeon to Chicago, got the Marek Vanacker, great name, that sends Ryan Strome to Chicago.
I'm just trying
Chicago
to
also. Shout out to Becky Rebecca. Becky. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. John Marino also goes to Chicago, so they're adding heavily. Was Levi unsigned for Buffalo? Yes. Yeah, he's sitting out the year. Let's see. We got Jake Bean off to Edmonton. Jason Dickinson goes to the Rangers. Bjorkstrand. Dude, Chicago got everybody. Holy hell. Obviously, we got Erik Karlsson basically for a first-round pick and a couple of add-ons. Nothing too crazy. Mason Marchment to New Jersey. Puljujarvi back to Edmonton. So Jake Bean was moved twice at the deadline. Morgan Frost to Detroit. Samuelson to Utah. Mangiapane, Elitoven to Vegas. There's been a lot of movement. We were going to look at the lines at the start of the year. I forgot about that until just now, of course. And Sam Montembeault, after shutting out the Toronto Maple Leafs, is now a Toronto Maple Leaf. There you go. If you can't beat him, add him to your team. So it sent down Jack Campbell, which is theoretically fine. Yeah, that's fine. We can carry the extra defenseman for now. And for the forwards, that forward core stays the same. We'll see if I regret it. We'll see. Yeah, it did change up the lines and everything again. No, it didn't. Yeah, because it swapped. Yeah, okay. So it did change up the lines. We'll have to fix it again. We'll see if that negatively impacts our good power play. Stewart, by the way, has gone up 6 points already from a 72 to a 78. I was wondering if Logan Stewart was going to be that top-notch goal scorer. He does have more assists than goals so far, but maybe he will indeed be the guy. All right. So, offensively, what do we want to run for the rest of this season? What do we want to go with? We do know that Stromgren needs to come back in. Bracket should be very good. Yeah, hopefully. It's been a rough time for Seattle sports as of late. I got to stop watching Seahawks games because every time I do, they always just lose in tragic fashion. It's crazy. Very, very unfortunate. All right, let's see. If we get Stromgren back in there, he is a fourth liner. The Stromgren, Backlund, Coleman combination has done really well this year. Keep watching. That's just fine. Maybe I will. Let's see. Sharon Govich is still a second liner. All right, so we do have a pretty similar setup here then. Aside from just swapping Sharon Govich and Coronado again. Okay. So Jonathan Huberdeau is perfectly fine where he is in terms of line placement. Hagens is good. 45 assists now for Hagens. And then Marner, who needs power play time per his promises. Connor Zary should be happy with where he is. Same for Nazem. Brock Besser, to balance his morale, going to have to be on the power play. Sharon Govich, to balance his morale, will have to be on the power play still. Cairns is just kind of here. Coronado has been rough. And Stromgren, fine where he is. Backlund is going to need power play time still, and so is Blake Coleman. Defensively, it's going to be Carlson on the third pair with Kevin Ball. We can't run Brusovitz Perek, at least not ideally. So I think we'll stay with Perek and Anderson. That second line, or second pair, Uyghur is going to need power play time. And then Brusovitz is there. Then we have Kevin Ball, and obviously to keep Erik Karlsson happy, he'll need some power play time too. Some Wolf Spencer. Okay. AHL we already went to, so that was good. So the power play is going to have to be Marner, Besser. What else? Bagel, what's up, man? How are you? Marner, Besser. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this should work out. Marner, Besser, Hagens should still be good enough to be the top power play. With Carlson, honestly, let's go with Sharon Govich there. That works. That is still a pretty good power play. We'll see if it sims as well. We'll go with Hagens as the distributor. Let's actually go Marner as the distributor. Hagens is the puck carrier. Lot of talent on that top power play. And Yegor Sharon Govich. Second power play. We need Backlund for the morale. We need Blake Coleman for the morale. We need Mackenzie Weegar. And then we have 2 free spots to put whoever we want Could be time to get Zane Parekh up there, but again, is he realistically... I'm going to double check where he is for the Calder race, but I can't imagine he's realistically in the conversation. We could go Anderson, Brewsterwitz. We could go with Huberdeau and Kadri. I think Huberdeau and Parekh are probably good shouts. There are definitely options. I've had Parekh set up as like the guy on the power play too. So for him to not be scoring is a little bit disappointing. Huberdeau. Oh boy. Huberdeau. We want the finisher to be Parekh. Puck carrier Huberdeau. Play Coleman on face-offs. Let's not be lazy because Backlund's right there. Okay. So hopefully the power play will still be good. It has been pretty good throughout the season. I'm not totally keeping my hopes up on that. We haven't looked at league-wide scoring, and to be honest, I'm not too worried about it yet. You'll obviously get a glimpse at it in a second, or will you? I might be able to keep it hidden for the rest of the year. Yep, that's Anton Frondel's award this year. Maybe Alexander Nikishin, but that's... Yeah, Nikishin is what I was hoping we'd see out of Parekh in terms of point production. But that's Anton Frondel's award this year. But for Parek's sake, we can still leave him on that power play unit as a focus. And hopefully we're going to find ourselves here in the playoffs for the second year in a row. And hopefully it's not Edmonton because they kicked the crap out of us last year. The crap, I say. The crap. Roy Cairns gets hurt again. That's not ideal. Still losing a fair amount of games. A nice little end of season collapse for Calgary, maybe? There we go. We do grudge matches appear in playoff games regularly. They appear in playoff games too. That's my understanding. Sharon Govich hurts. Roy Cairns is back, which means Cairns probably subbed in for Sharon Govich. We have oh my god, we are down into wild card 1. We have absolutely pissed away this division. Impressively so. Wow. Wow. We have done a marvelous job of putting ourselves into a less than ideal scenario. See, now the one time I don't make big changes at the trade deadline, aside from adding Erik Karlsson, it's going to come back to haunt us. Especially because Karlsson has 3 points and is a -4. Every time, man. Every time. I'm like, all right, let's not do the wholesale changes. Let's stay a little bit modest here. Maybe do a couple of things. Nope. We got fleeced. I mean, our first round pick, it's still not going to be a lottery pick, so I'm not too worried about that. 42, 30, and 4, though. We have definitely had a rough second half of the season, especially with Dustin Wolf falling in save percentage. Scoring less goals, allowing more goals. Special teams were still great. Yeah, right now it looks like the division title is gone. We are pretty much guaranteed to make the playoffs, so we would really have to screw this up. It's just a matter of what the matchup's going to be. But we are pretty much guaranteed to make it now at this stage. Nashville is a loss. All right, well, going to take the terms pretty much guaranteed to heart and try to prove me wrong. That's great. That's great. St. Louis. Vegas. Thank God. 8-3 win over the Golden Knights. We draw Anaheim, who are directly above us in the standings. We lose this game, we're going to have no shot at a top 3 spot. We do win 4-1, thankfully. But, man, Man, oh man, is this very typical. Seattle is a loss. I hate it here. I hate it here. Our final game of the season, we have clinched a playoff spot. And we have clinched a wild card spot as well. Wild card 1. So unless... no, it's confirmed. We're playing the Vegas Golden Knights in round number 1. We're playing Vegas in round 1. That has been decided. Seattle's going to play Chicago, Dallas, Colorado, Vancouver, Anaheim, and we're playing Vegas in the playoffs this year. We really should have won this division, and we threw it away. But at least we're in the playoffs. At least we're in the playoffs. So typical. But like I said, it is Vegas and Calgary, Vancouver, Anaheim, Seattle, and Chicago, Dallas, and Colorado. In the Atlantic, you'll have Florida taking on Boston. Fuck. Tampa on 92 points. I actually don't know what those matchups are going to be. We know New Jersey plays Columbus, but I'm not sure who had the tiebreaker over the other. So, Toronto wins the President's Trophy as the Sharks were in the basement. You got Minnesota, St. Louis, Nashville, and LA, your bottom 5. Pittsburgh, Edmonton misses out. Buffalo misses out. Dude, Colorado at 20, making it over teams that had as many as 5 more points. That's pretty rough. That's a rough draw. In terms of our leading scorer this season, it was Mitch Marner. 80 points, 28 goals. He had to turn into more of a goal scorer this year because Brock Besser couldn't pull his weight. James Hagens, great year, 73 points in his second season. Huberdeau did pretty well. He definitely had a bit of a cold streak at times in the season. Kadri, 55 points, not bad. He has lost 2 of his abilities this year, though. His decline is coming, and it's coming quickly. Sharon Govich he's a player. 52 points is all right. Defensively, he's a tire fire. Brock Besser, just 28 goals. It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. This might be your last season here. There's no clauses keeping you here. We could easily flip you. Especially when Backlund is just 6 points behind you. Connor Zary, disappointed a bit, for being honest. Blake Coleman, 35 points, 15 goals. It was the last year of his deal. Coronado was atrocious. Stromgren did pretty damn well. Cairns was pretty bad. Pelletier did well when he played. Defensively, great season from Mackenzie Weegar. Very strong season for Anderson. 27 points for Parekh as a rookie. Erik Karlsson as a deadline pickup. Nope. He might not even play in the playoffs. Brustowitz was okay. Kevin Ball was tragic this year. Yermo wasn't much better. So yeah, we might have some lineup changes come playoff time. And Dustin Wolf is going to be our starter, but it might be a short leash. Spencer Knight was a lot better. He was a lot better than Dustin. A lot better. Did Weegar have more points than Besser? They had the same amount. Which is a horrific indictment on Brock Besser. League-wide top scorer David Pastrnak with 76 goals. You had Matthews, McKinnon, Bedard, Rantanen, McDavid, and Draisaitl all over 100 points. Top goal scorers Pastrnak, Matthews, Bedard all with 60. Nobody else hit 50. You had McKinnon 4th in scoring with just 49 goals. Defensively, Adam Fox is going to win the Norris in a landslide. Quinn Hughes did have a very good season. Morgan Riley had a very good season. Dobson a bit rough defensively, but good production. And Michael Matheson, in his return to Florida, did pretty well. The winningest goaltender, the only goalie to hit 40 wins, Adin Hill. Adin Hill was up there. Your shutout leaders with 6 apiece, Joseph Wall and Charlie Lindgren. And for save percentages, anything over a 915 was pretty good. There's a real chance that Joseph Wall is going to win the Vezina. If not him, probably, again, Columbus is in this timeline. They signed him as a free agent. Igor Shesterkin. So we'll see what happens there. For the rookies, yeah, Anton Frondell's won it. Absolutely. Ivan Ryabkin had a pretty good season. Nikishin was also pretty good. Gavin McKenna heated up a little bit for Utah. Konsta Helenius, rough first season for Misa. Off a plus-minus. Jet Lachenko was also up there for Philadelphia. So, Calgary and Vegas in the first round of the playoffs. We know that's coming up, and we also know we're going to make some lineup changes after a pretty disappointing second half.